Good morning, lovelies. How are you today? I'm doing a live series for you to help you understand how you can manifest more money in your life with a lot more consistency. My name is Eloise Burton and I am a money alchemist. And I've made it my life's purpose to create safe to talk about money vulnerably, courageously, and openly, and learn techniques that will bring more money into their life and their business without stressing them out, without keeping them awake, with total ease and grace. So today, I want to talk about, is your money manifestation inconsistent? Because when I first started on my journey, I know mine certainly was, and it was really hard to stay focused. It was really hard to believe in the work that I was doing, and also really hard to believe in my own power. But when you get these manifestation approaches down, what you see is a beautiful stream of money coming towards you. So I've written some notes because I do tend to go off topic and lose my thread halfway through. So the first thing I want to cover is 3 mistakes that you're probably making when it comes to manifestation, especially money manifestation. So the first one is that you're setting too big a goal. And I know all the coaches out there will be saying, what? You have to set big goals. And you absolutely do have to set big goals. But the thing is with money manifestation is we have a lot of junk. We have a lot of blocks, beliefs, and stories. And if we set our money goal too high, our brain just switches off. That's one thing. The other thing is when we set really big goals, they can take more time to come to us because they're bigger. The universe needs to find a bigger space, a bigger route for it to get to us. And so what can happen is you start manifesting, it doesn't arrive as quickly as you want it to, you lose faith, and then you start pushing it away. So the way I approach goal setting is to create enough tension that it's a stretch, but not so much tension that your brain checks out and says, yeah, no, that's never going to happen. And also what you get when you set the right amount of tension when you set goals is the universe brings that money to you. You see evidence of your manifestation faster, and that gives you the confidence to manifest more and bigger. And you understand that that's going to take a little bit of time sometimes. So that's the first mistake most people make, too big a money goal. The next one, oh goodness, I did this so much, is over focusing on your money manifestation. So when I first started learning about the law of attraction, I was taught that what you needed to be was in this constant state of attraction, having constantly high vibration, having constant focus. At the time I was, before I manifested the dream home that I'm in now, I tried to manifest a one before. And every moment of every day I was trying to imagine myself living in that home. And what it was frankly exhausting. And I really, 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 really focused on it. One of the things that I teach when we do money manifestation checks is letting go. The universe doesn't need you to always be focused on your goal. Yes, high vibration does speed up the manifestation, but being in a low vibration just pauses it. It doesn't stop it coming towards you. And you start to be in a low vibration when your manifestation's taking over your life. Like, you're having to set alarms and reminders that you need to manifest, you need to focus. So what I recommend is do your dreaming, set your intention, start the manifestation, and then allow the universe to do what it does. And all you need to focus on is just being in a nice energy as much as possible. If you fall into a negative energy or, an I hate money energy, that's fine. Just notice it and work to get out of it, but you do it in a very specific way without constantly focusing. And the reason for that is actually the mistake number 3. When we manifest, we are often asking for things that we want. Okay, and that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? That's how I was taught when I was trained in the law of attraction. Focus on what you want. But what I've come to realize is that actually what you want 99 times out of 100 is something you don't want. Yeah? So if you want the money to be able to afford a cleaner, what you're actually asking for is, I don't want to do the cleaning. Yeah? And the universe doesn't see don't want. Okay, so it gets really, really confusing for the universe because it's like, well, you want more money to do that, but you're saying you want to do the cleaning. It doesn't really understand the don'ts. Yeah. Hello, Louise. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. Yes, money is beautiful. So think about the things that you have tried to manifest that you've wanted and be really honest with yourself. Like, was it something you wanted, or was it to end something you didn't want? Because if it was, there's a kind of negative energy around that. So, for the reason I wanted the money to get a cleaner initially was because my partner is so flipping messy. And it stresses me out. So I didn't want that in my house, and that was what I was asking for, something I didn't want. So now when I manifest money, I see through the want and I see into the desire. So desire is like a really high level pure want. Okay, so what do I desire when I want money to have a cleaner? Just as an example, I desire that feeling when you walk into your house and you can smell that it's clean and it looks clean and it just feels like such a treat. It feels like such a treat, and it's something that lifts off your mental load, something that you don't need to worry about doing. And that what I focus on is that feeling of desire. I desire to walk into my house and just know that it's taken care of. Yeah, does that make sense? So coming away from what I don't want, or what I want to cover what I don't want, and focusing on the feeling that I want to feel, the desire. Yeah, the feeling of lightness when I walk into the house. Yeah, so that's what I want you to think about, those three things. The first one is too big a goal, and there's nothing wrong with setting big goals, but sometimes our mind switches off to them, and other times it takes longer because the universe is trying to find the way to get it to us, and we get a little bit stuck because we're not seeing results. We like results, right? We like to see what's happening. We like to see our manifestations working. Don't over focus on your manifestations. Set it and just leave it in the background. One way of manifestation is, as I mentioned, to do the magic checks. And what we do is we focus our attention, our desire, whilst we're writing it, and then we just leave it to the side, not really thinking about it, just seeing it every now and then. And that's how we manifest more money. And think about when you're asking for what you want, are you actually covering up a don't want? Switch it. Start thinking about the feeling, the desire that you want from what it is you want. Okay? Now, here's some signs that you would benefit from some money manifestation fine-tuning. The first one is you can manifest money, but it comes in chunks. So rather than being a nice consistent flow, you might get a big chunk here, a little chunk there, a big chunk here. So it's not a consistent manifestation. Now, manifestation can be inconsistent, but you can make it so that you've got a baseline. Yeah? And so if you're going, a couple of months without seeing any money coming in, and then you get a big chunk, and then you go for another couple of months, you might find that you want more consistency. Another sign that your money manifestation needs some fine-tuning is that you're worrying about money. Okay, worrying about money is a sign that you know you're not quite on that consistent manifestation plane yet. When you worry about money, it is a bit of a downward spiral because you get stressed, it keeps you awake, it might even wake you up at night, then you're tired, and then during the day it's really hard to increase your vibration because you're tired and your body hasn't detoxified, and it's a bit of a vicious circle. And another sign that you could do with some money manifestation fine tuning is that you're putting off your dreams. Perhaps you've got a dream holiday that you want to go on, and you've been saying it for 10 years and you've never quite got there. Something else has always got in the way. Maybe it was to buy a new car a few years ago, but you still haven't got your new car. And so if you're putting your dreams off, that's a real sign that your money manifestation could do with some tweaking and some fine tuning. So what should you do instead? So the first thing is to understand that abundance and money is actually a way of life. It's not something that you manifest on new moon. It's not something that you manifest when you need something. It is a way of life, and you can embody money energy every single day. And I know that sounds crazy. If you're not in my group yet, that sounds crazy, doesn't it? But when you walk with the energy of money every single day, you are much easier, sorry, let me say that again. You will find it much easier to connect with money and then manifest money really quickly, really easily, and really consistently. Okay, so think about working with money as a way of being. It's kind of like when you go on a diet, it's for a short period of time and then you come off. But a diet that works is one that actually is a lifestyle. And that's what it's like with money manifestation. Money manifestation is a way of life, okay? And you can learn how to walk in that way of life. Okay, the other thing that I recommend doing, and this is much easier to say than it is to do, I get it, and that is to let go of your manifestations. So as soon as you've done it, don't worry about saying 100 affirmations 3 times a day out loud into a mirror. Don't worry about, thinking about your manifestation constantly. Don't worry about being in a positive money vibe all day, because that's really hard. That's exhausting. It's a lot of stuff for you to remember, and it just adds to your mental load as a woman. Yeah, and we have a lot anyway. So let go. And one of the ways that I do that is I say out loud, over to you, universe. Over to you, universe. And anytime I catch myself hanging on to it, I remind myself the universe is going to provide for me. Or, you know what? The less I focus on it, the more I get. If the universe isn't your thing, then just find a way to let go of it. I saw this really cool meme where there was a rocking chair, and it said worrying is like rocking in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't change anything. It doesn't get you anywhere. And it's the same with manifestation. So if you're constantly doing something, you're not actually going to get anywhere because you're too focused on it. So just let it go. Just go about your day. You can check in with your manifestation briefly for a few moments a day, but let it go. Let the universe do what it needs to do. The universe always knows the how, even if you don't. And the other thing that might seem really counterintuitive is to work less. Now, I am not saying quit your job, quit your business, just sleep all day. I'm not saying that. But what you do need to do is focus on your relationship with yourself, because your relationship with money is a direct and outward reflection of your relationship with yourself. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't even take a lunch break. And Mark goes to work and he comes back and I'm still sat where he left me. And on those days, I find my money manifestations really slow down, and sometimes they stop. So what I do is I book in an hour a day to have a rest. And that means not sitting down and working on my Facebook or working on my business. It means doing something that I want to do or doing nothing. And when I work less, I earn more because I've taken care of me. And when I take care of me, that reflects in money relationships. So by looking after you, by spending time with you, even if it's just an hour a day, you will start to feel that it's easier to manifest money, because money likes it when you like yourself. Okay? I'd love for you to try it. With my one-to-one clients, I encourage them to have a day a week, but we build up to that. We start at an hour a day. So have a go at that. I hope you found these tips useful. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to know what you think, so pop it in the pop your comments in the comments. And yeah, so look out for an email from me too. And I'm really excited that you're watching this because, you know, we don't talk about money. We're not allowed to talk about money. It's a big taboo, isn't it? So hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's opened your mind to some different ways of doing things, and you will see your manifestations become more consistent when you apply those tips. Have a wonderful day, and I will speak to you soon.